Hey guys, I'm gonna try to get this squared on the screen and you can still see me, hopefully. Anyway, gonna get started here today. Quickly, had a couple thoughts that just went through my head as I was doing my taxes. And basically, through a shop.com business, and really any business from home, you can save tons and tons of money, and literally thousands of dollars a year. Just by having a business from home. So I'm a shop.com owner. I'm going to basically cover how we save, what my numbers exactly look like, and kind of what the typical owner's numbers could look like as far as savings, and then actually what, when you factor in the startup costs and everything else that goes into running a shop.com business, which is pretty minimal anyway, but I'm going to show worst case scenario, kind of what we're going to get. So let me see if I can get this set up. I've also got my assistant here helping, unloading all of the Easter basket stuff. So we'll see if this doesn't get tipped over by my daughter. Okay, hopefully we can see that. So, okay. So I'm just gonna run down some quick things, and it's funny, I always think of Seinfeld when I say write-off. Anyone who's seen the Seinfeld episode where Jerry and Kramer are talking about write-offs and they don't even know what a write-off is. So check that out if you remember that one. But so here's what I'm gonna go down real quick, just the write-offs. And basically, again, this is just any business from home. It doesn't necessarily have to be shop.com. I just happen to be a shop.com owner. I'm going to show you exactly what we're able to save with just write-offs, but also with looking at what the startup costs are. The other thing too is there's a book that I was referred to long time ago when I first looked at this business, but it's called How to Lower Your Taxes Big Time, and that's by Sandy Botkin. And the first chapter says why you would be brain dead not to own a business from home. So anyone who's a typical W-2 employee that gets their taxes taken out of their paycheck ahead of time, you have no write-offs. Without write-offs, there's no way to get any of those taxes back. And I'm going to show you here how you can get those taxes back just by having a shop.com business. So what is a write-off? Write-off is basically if an expense that you're going to use or an expense that you're going to pay for or buy, and you're going to be able to say that it was somehow related to the business. And there's specific things you need to know about what you can write off, what you can't, but that book's a really good help. Also, if you have an accountant, just talk to them. They'll tell you exactly what you can do. But the small business tax code was, or I should say the tax code in general, was written for small businesses, really to help them be able to recoup a lot of those taxes and save on taxes to be able to help that business. So the write-offs are basically expenses that, what I'm going to show here in green is expenses that we were going to buy anyway. People do this every year anyway. People have to buy, have to use a phone, have to use internet, have to use all sorts of different things that we're going to talk about, but I'll just show you this right here. So first off, mileage. Anytime you drive somewhere, you can write off that mileage, and at 55 cents a mile, that can become a pretty high amount. So that's if you can relate this back to the business, to whatever you're doing. And anytime I drive somewhere to see a customer, to talk to someone about the business, or if we just go out to dinner and we talk with someone there, I can relate that back, and that's legally I'm able to do that. I was gonna have a cell phone anyway, so I can write off a portion of my phone costs. Internet, I need that for my business. Electronics, if you buy a computer, an iPad, anything like that, that can be written off because it can be related back to the business. Food and beverages that I buy for the house, because I have people over, we talk about the business, we talk about products. Anytime that I can do that, I can write that off. Going out, like I said, meals out, we can write off, if I talk to the waitress, if I talk to the owner, if I talk to anyone else that I meet there, I'm able to write off, the cost for that meal. Or if I just sit down with my wife and we talk about our business together and plan out things, that's a business write-off. Anytime we travel, if we're able to connect that back to the business, and a lot of times we travel specifically for business, but sometimes family vacation, and we may go with other business partners, or we may go just my own family, and if there's specific things you have to do for that and look into that. But I mean, if you have a meeting once a day for 10-15 minutes about the business, and you keep notes and things like that, you can write off an entire cruise or vacation wherever you go. Also, a big one is the home office. So right now I'm sitting in this room, which we are calling our office, which it really is an office, but really any space in the house that you can call an office, and you break out that square footage and whatever percentage of the house that is, you can actually write off that same percentage of your mortgage interest, your taxes on the house, repairs and maintenance, your utilities, your insurance. All these different things can be written off, and you can really take that as far as many expenses as you can within reason, as far as talking with your accountant. Also, entertainment, taking a business partner or a prospective client, anything like that, out for like golf or out for drinks or out to the theater, whatever it might be, there is a portion of that you can write off also. And then products, as far as the business that we have, Shop.com Market America has some of their own exclusive products. And I'm just going to give you the Awake example. But for example, I sponsored a half marathon here locally, and I'm going to give Awake bottles, which is basically like a little energy shot. And they're going to put that in every single bag for all the runners, and I'm going to write that off as 100% advertisement. So I can do that with samples. Also, anytime I try a new product that we have, I can write that off as a trial. So those are all things that I can write off. So those are just some of them, but those are the write-off portion of it. Now I'm going to show you this example. So let me see if I can get the glare off of that. You can still see it. So this example I'm going to show, let's say you can write off $10,000 in expenses. I mean, just me and my family this year, we wrote off $25,000. So, and that's stuff that we were going to buy pretty much anyway, and we were going to do anyway, but we were able to write off, $25,000 worth of expenses that we had. And I don't think we spent a whole lot more than the normal household. So, but I'm just going to use $10,000 as kind of a conservative number to make it doable for pretty much anyone. So $10,000 in expenses you can write off based on all those that I showed in the other column. So what that basically means, the write-off, and this is in layman's terms just to keep it simple, and it's really the way I understand it anyway, is that basically $10,000 worth of your income, so let's say you're an employee that you got paid X amount of dollars for the year. The government's already taken those taxes out of that income. Okay, so those taxes are already gone. You never saw that income. Here, what's going to happen now is $10,000 in write-offs is now $10,000 worth of your income. You don't have to pay taxes on that. You're basically going to get the taxes back on that income. So let's say you're in a 30% tax bracket, and that's just very conservative. I mean, most people are 35, 40, 50% or higher. But let's just say you're in a 30% tax bracket. Basically, that means you get $3,000 back from that $10,000 of income that you didn't have to pay tax on. So the government already took that $3,000 out of your taxes, out of your paycheck. You're going to get $3,000 back, okay? And that's at tax time. I mean, just for us last year, we got back $7,500, and I mean, it's a no-brainer because all these taxes are already gone anyway, so you might as well try to get some of them back. Now, with the Shop.com specific example, I'm just going to show some of the expenses for just 1 year. And this is just let's say you just started up. It's about a $450 startup. And by the way, most of that is products which you were going to use anyway. So that's the idea with Shop.com Market America. The products are stuff that we use in our household every day that we were going to use either way. So I don't really look at it as an expense because they're just converting stuff I was going to go buy at the grocery store, at a brick and mortar store, to buy from myself at wholesale. But let's just say, worst case, let's just say you took all the products and just threw them in the garbage. No one's going to do that. But let's just say, to make it the most conservative estimate, $450 startup, $100 renewal, which comes at the end of your first year just to renew the business, and then an auto ship, which kicks in the third month. Again, these are products that you're going to use anyway, and actually you probably are using more than this but this is just the minimum, so I'm going to show that. And again, let's just say you didn't even use the products, you just threw them out, which again is ridiculous. But so if you add all those expenses up, and that's just a minimum overhead if you were just to have this business and have it open, so that you could then go to your accountant and say, okay, I can write off all these expenses because I have a business. You're now at a total of $1,750, $1,750 for your expenses for the business, and you were able to get $3,000 back from taxes. So now you're actually profiting still with doing nothing else with the business. You're still profiting $1,250 just because of the money you got back from write-offs. So every time we say, and you hear what my partner Ryan Stack say a lot, it's going to cost you more not to own this. This is exactly what we mean, because you're losing that money from your taxes anyway. If you don't have a business, there's no way to get it back. Even with the minimal expenses to run this business, even if you don't use the products and you just put them somewhere and don't even use them, you're still going to be profiting almost well over $1,000. And that's even before you factor in cash back from shopping on shop.com and commissions if you actually build the business. So again, this is worst case scenario, and just showing that it's a no-brainer when you actually look at how this business allows us to earn money and actually cost you more not to have it, just because of the tax portion of it and the write-offs. I've covered everything else, as far as cash back and all those other things, so you can see, what the potentials are for those and other videos. But I just wanted to show this, especially at tax time right now. So that's it. You guys can hit me up with any questions or any thoughts or whatever at my email, derek.rosenbaum@gmail.com, and that's DEREK_ROSENBAUM@gmail.com. You can also go to my site if you want to shop, and it's shopbaum.com. So that's shopbaum.com. And take a look at it again, and if you're looking into any type of business, or you just want to save money on taxes, I mean, it's good to just have something. It doesn't have to be this business, but like I showed here, you're profiting even without doing much, just because you have the business with the write-off. So hope you guys have a good day. Happy tax time. April 15th is coming soon, so get your taxes done, and we'll see you guys soon.